Hey yo, what's going on? It's your boy, and I'm back again with another one. Baby! I almost forgot that. Yeah, what's going on, beautiful people? Today we're doing something different. I've been thinking about how the channel's been growing, and shout out to everyone who subscribed. Please keep liking the video, sharing them. Let the things be happening out there to the other peoples. You know what I'm saying? But I thought, hey, let me take you, on a journey with me with regards to what has brought me to this point to start YouTube and stuff, right? So this is going to be a series called Welcome to This Life Thing. So, my beautiful people, there was obviously an issue with one of the clips that I used or that I shot. So, I'm just going to do a little voiceover here just to let you know. So, this is going to be a series where I'm going to talk about self-improvement and just getting to know yourself better. So, right now, we're going to be talking about the 5 top books that I've been reading that have been helping me just to get to know myself a little bit more better, right? And the first book on the roster is The Subtle Art to Not Giving a Fuck. Written by Mark Manson, right? Wow, what a book. What a book. All I can say is this book has so many lessons in them. So even for me, I'm obviously not going to grasp all the concepts with the first listen, right? So I had to listen to it, I think maybe 3-4 times, just so each messaging could sink in to a certain degree. So The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson is an amazing book. Reason being is it really changes your perspective about what you care about, right? And sometimes the things that we tend to care about really hinder us in becoming the best versions of ourselves, right? And I just felt like this book encompassed a lot of life lessons that anyone from any walk of life, right? I'm just a South African homie, brother, man, whatever you want to call me, who comes from a little suburb called Sydenham, where my gran was a maid. You get me? And we grew up epic room. For those South Africans who know, they know. You know what I'm saying? And it's changed my perspective in a different aspect, right? So he talks and he meddles with certain concepts of why do you really care about people's opinions? Why do you care about certain societies' concepts? And he dives into how people change their perspectives when they're in different environments, and how that can influence you if you read about their stories. Like the story of Buddha and how he became Buddha. You know what I'm saying? Another story that was very impactful for me was the story of I can't forget the guy's name. I forgot the guy's name, but it has to deal with a rock band called Megadeth, right? Which he started, and then the reasoning of why he started it was because he either got, see again, please don't misquote me here. Don't come for me, I mean. Is he was speaking about how he either got rejected or kicked out of the mega band that we all know, whether you like rock music or not, you know them, which is Metallica. And he went over to start Megadeth, and how he speaks about the comparison of how him creating this band was to say to you, but he could never get, it wasn't about the fame or success, but more about the internal struggle of being kicked out of one of the biggest bands in the world. So an amazing book. I suggest you go either listen to it or read it. Right, book number 2 is Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which I'm sure a huge amount of us know, right? If you don't, that's also okay. That's why your boy Halo's in dispatch. Know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a phenomenal book, and I was holding off on it for the longest time because of all the hype. Like, I don't like hyped things. It's just not my thing, right? But this thing, I know Shem, that Robert Boy or that Robert Timer, Bizu Robert umalume Kawasaki. Yes. Malume Kawasaki. Kiwasaki. Kiwasaki. Malume. Make. Yeah, I'm gonna shout him out. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, his book was amazing because it takes you deeper now into the concept of money, right? And understanding money. I need to say and reiterate that the understanding of money, right? Which is something I feel like we don't fucking deal with. We just don't understand. We don't want to understand it. I am a victim of this, you know, where when it comes to things of regarding tax and SARS and what, I'm not trying to find out those things, right? Because we've been taught this thing of to fear money, that you shouldn't understand it. It's an entity that you should just make, and then that's it, right? But not to understand it properly, where it makes you understand who you are when you have it. Because money is an entity, it has an energy, and it flows to people that have the same energy or frequency, right?
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.
So, Rich Dad, Poor Dad speaks obviously about what the title says, about a rich dad and a poor dad, which is what Robert Kiyosaki went through with one of his friends from primary school, and he was lucky enough to have the benefits of both worlds. So his father, I'll just give you like a short synopsis if you haven't heard it. His father, his biological father was an educated man. He was a lecturer or teacher, and his friend's father was an entrepreneur. So he was understanding the worlds from both of their perspectives at the same time. That here's one person who says, I don't have any money. What do you think? Money grows on trees. Have you not heard that before? Hey, black child, what's up? All right. Where he says, you think money grows on trees type thing, right? And then on this side with his friend's father is like, don't worry. I just need to figure out how to get the money. That's it. Like those two concepts, if they are spoken out to the world or to you as a person frequently, then you can make up your own mind at the end of the day. You can decide whether this makes sense for you or this makes sense for you. And that's the beauty of this book, is that it shows you both sides, that both these men are not wrong, right? And both these men are not evil, right? And none is less wiser than the other, right? It's just that they have different skill sets to deal with life, right? So that book changed my concept about money as well, and I completely love it. So I suggest that's definitely a book for y'all to go listen to. Definitely. That brings us to the next one, right? Which is number 3, which is Rich Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant, your guide to financial freedom. Right. So this book now goes deeper into the concept that you were given in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now he's breaking it down, because the first one is a lot of theory in the sense of storytelling. So he made it very easy in allowing you to understand the elements of money and how things work, and why people look at things like this and why people look at things like that from different walks of life, right? But this book, right, the Cash Flow Quadrant, now goes into depth about these quadrants, literally, because it's literally 4 quadrants of life and where people fit in, which is the same concept that you get in Rich Dad Poor Dad, because it might be 4 quadrants, but they fall on opposite sides, right? So it's either you're one or the other type concept. So it speaks about, so for instance, it's broken up into 4. I'll just give you this concept. It's broken up into 4 quadrants, right? First quadrant, you have an E, right? Second quadrant, you have an S. Third quadrant, you have a B. And fourth quadrant, you have an I. So what these quadrants stand for is employee, self-employed, big business, and what's this one? Investments, right? So he then goes to explain further that a lot of us are on this side of the quadrant, which is employee and self-employed, which is true. I am basically self-employed, right? And it's very hard to get from this side of the quadrant to the other side of the quadrant. So he breaks down concepts and how it is possible. And it's not a far-fetched concept, because personally, I thought being self-employed was the begin and end of everything. Like, I thought, okay, cool, I've made it, basically, right? But that's for me. I'm not saying for anyone else. Like, once again, everyone else feels different about these topics, and that's fine. But personally, I always felt that way, that like self-employed, if I'm out of being an employee, I've beaten the rat race, right? But this is a whole different other rat race here, because this rat race doesn't come with breaks. It's not a 9 to 5. This is a 24-hour, you do everything type concept, right? Which is basically self-employed, or if it's you and one person. So his concept was, you need to start changing your mindset to move from employee to self-employed to the other quadrant, or you can just hop over to the other side. And he breaks down how you can do such, and why it's difficult for people to move from the employee side to the big business or investment side, right? Which then comes with more of financial literacy, which is so important. You know, that's something I'm like hugely passionate about, especially for my people, for Abotaki, you know. when it comes to money, not all of us, but there's a big majority of us that don't have a relationship with money. And that's kind of the problem, because it then allows for recklessness to be at the forefront. So like, that's why I'm doing my research and I'm trying to upskill myself. So hopefully y'all come on this journey with a homie, you know what I'm saying? And we can do this together. So anyway, to get back to what I was saying, he teaches you these concepts, right? And how to move from self-employed to big business or to investment, right? Things that, if I'm speaking honestly, I thought I could never do, because I was never taught these things, right? It wasn't a part of my upbringing, because I come from what you want to call a disadvantaged background. The concept was just get a job or just start a side hustle, you know? And it's unfortunate that it's taken this long for me to get to the way I think now differently. But as well, on top of that, I'm very thankful that that I've reached it, because to be honest, there's people that I know that even have passed on and have never reached that idea. At least the idea, like, just to click in and be like, oh, okay, I understand that shit. Okay, cool. All right, cool. And then start on a journey, right? So yeah, that's the third book. Sorry, I was rambling there. That's the third book. It is Rich Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant, your guide to financial freedom. Okay. Next on the list, number 4, is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Man, when I tell you that this book done switched up the whole game in my mindset, yo, man, I need to take my glasses over this one. Woo! Think and Grow Rich is by far one of the most consistent books I've ever read or listened to ever. Like, this book, man, I'll put it down here when it was released. But it was like, man, it was before me, man. You know, I think even before my mother. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's nothing really different from then to now. And it's like, the concepts are the same. It's just that the world and environment has changed. So if you understand these concepts, then you are better prepared to deal with the outcomes or potential outcomes. So Napoleon Hill was a guy who went around interviewing and shadowing successful people, because he was intrigued as to why are people so ambitious. What is the reason for this? So he followed people like Thomas Edison. You understand that? Thomas Edison, where were you when Thomas Edison was busy? Do you even know Thomas Edison? I'll wait for you. Don't worry. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, the beauty of what he speaks about transcends time. Like, it goes way back to a time where we used to think, like, if you were born in the 80s, 90s, you think that the time of maybe even the 50s, 40s, whenever, it was prehistoric type things. But it's so far from the truth. Like, there's literally no difference between then and now. It's just the environment and society we live in that's the difference. But besides, the ideologies have stuck. It's still the same concepts. So he goes in to speak about successful people and what keeps people successful and keeps them on the train track that they're moving at. So this really goes back to like the gold rush in America, to the building of the railroad system. And he just speaks about certain obstacles and advances and like turmoils and Like it's a ride, man. And I really, if you don't read any other books, read this book, bro. This one, what the kids say? Sheesh. Sheesh. It's too much. It's too much, this one. So yeah, definitely. Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. Amazing. Go listen to that one or go read it. Baby. Right. So now we're at the last one. This one I thoroughly enjoyed reading because it's someone who I can relate to mentally, culturally to an extent, and just with mindset, right? And with attitude, I can relate to it. And it's book number 5 on my list, and it is 50 Cent's book called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. Yo, when I tell you this book was entertaining, firstly, and secondly, very informative with regards to how a street dude was able to hustle corporate America. You understand that? Shit, I should put that on a t-shirt. Street dude hustles corporate America. Do you understand how dope that is? I mean, Jigga did it, Diddy's done it, but there's just something about 50 for me. Like, I relate to 50 a lot because of his tenacity. I think, I could be wrong, but I think I have the same kind of tenacity as he does when it comes to stuff. And with the this self-improvement journey, I've been understanding that even more now and building better on those building blocks. So yeah, this book literally speaks about 50's life. I do believe it's his second book, so I need to go read his first one. But within this book, he does speak about, obviously, like his hardships growing up and how he broke into the rap game, and from moving from the rap game, how he then moved to sneakers and clothing with G Unit, and then and Reebok, and then from that, how he moved to headphones, and then the vitamin like, it's so many progressions with this one person in like a very short space of time, and how he's redefined and recreated himself. Jigga's done it, Diddy's done it, you get me? That's why they still are mentioned in circles today. But the way 50 moves for me is mafia, bro.
You wanna play games? Okay. I'll play with you. Come on. You wanna play rough? Okay. Uno. Say hello to my little friend.
Like, it's too mafia for me. And I love that. I really do. It's dope. So, yeah, man, I suggest you that one. If you're looking for a nice chuckle and learning at the same time from a street dude's perspective, because a lot of these like self-help or business books are pulling from corporate, right? And from a white person's perspective, right? Which is fine. It's not like we can't learn shit from each other. But what I mean by that is that sometimes you need your own people who have made it to tell you the tricks of the trade and how they did it from a street perspective, because you might have the same mindset as a 50 compared to a Robert Kiyosaki or Kiyosaki. Hey man, this man's surname is throwing me loopholes here. But malums, you get me? Like malums, right? So, like, I could really relate to him. I could really sit there and just be like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. You definitely. And there's just so many gems in there that a lot of young cats can pick up. So if you are an aspiring entrepreneur and an aspiring business person, or you're just interested into like economics and business, but you have no, how can I put it, like formal education, I suggest you start with Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, because the lessons in that book could apply better to you than a book like Think and Grow Rich. Not to say don't go read Think and Grow Rich, but I'm saying if you're starting on a journey to say, yo, I'm trying to better myself, I would say go read 50's Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, because there's stories in there that I feel every black person can relate to, or every young person actually. Let's just go across the board. A lot of young people who are into like urban fashion and urban music and the urban culture would really get a lot of gems from, right? But yeah, definitely go read the other books as well. Just a side note as well, if you guys do enjoy these little videos, or it might not be that too little, but if you do enjoy these informative videos, please do let me know in the comment section. Also hit me up and let me know what books you're reading or listening to. What do you feel had a huge impact on you? If you've read any of these books, please tell me your experience. I'd love to hear it. You know me, I'm down in chat. I'm down to exchange notes. So hit me up, you know what I'm saying? At the moment, I'm busy reading or listening to the 48 Laws of Power. Oh, bro. Let me just put it like this. If you have ever had a love for like historical movies or middle-age movies, or like your King Arthur's movies, you know, medieval movies, you know, like I'm a huge fan of like history, so I love history movies. Everything you see Game of Thrones, everything there is in there. Talk to me. Too much this one. Whew. But anyway, so yeah, if you want me to do a review on 48 Rules of Power, once I'm done, no doubt I'm on it. Just let me know in the comment section. Then one more thing as well, if you don't know where to get these audiobooks, right, please just hit me up in the comment section with your email address and I will send you the books, or I'll send you the books that you want from the list that I've given you. I'll send those straight through to you, no flop. You just let me know. But if you can get them, go ahead and get them, man, because definitely with this life thing, right? See what I did there? Definitely with this life thing, it's so important for us to continuously be learning. It's so important for us to be on a journey to figure out who you are, because sometimes you might just be living for someone else because you were taught to live for someone else. You get me? And you don't really know who you are. Like in the essence of who you are, you don't really know what's popping. And that's a problem, because then it's basically like you were born to sleep and then die. You get me? Because you're not living to your truest level, like hugest level. You know what I'm saying? Like you are never, like you're not trying to go past 9,000. Sorry, that is a Dragon Ball Z reference for all my Dragon Ball Z peoples. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you gotta go past 9,000. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get to the next level of whoever you are internally and leave the world. So before I leave, I just want to leave you with this one quote, and it goes like this. It says, you need to change your beliefs. You need to change your beliefs. You need to change your concepts of existing. Because who says the beliefs that you have right now are the way you should be living in the future? hope that resonates with somebody. And yeah, man. Yeah, I'm excited about the series, man. Like, yeah, trying new things. I hope you guys enjoy it, but let me know what you think. Yeah, man, change your belief system. Like, you can do anything. Like, you can be anything. You can do anything, right? And that could be you and your little group of friends. Like, y'all can do whatever y'all want. It's just a matter of this and changing the belief system in this. Because sometimes this is what's holding you back and not everything around you. Well, beautiful people, I hope you enjoyed that. Shout out to everyone that subscribed. Shout out to everyone who likes, who views my videos. I really appreciate it. You know, I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so hopefully we get there before the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, end of the year is coming up real quick, but yeah, I'm just trying to get this out. I want to get this message out to the peoples. You know what I'm saying? That there's more to this thing, man. But anyway, enough of me rambling on. Beautiful people, it's your boy Halo the Don. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll check you on the next one. But for now, we out. Woo!